Welcome back to The Report. As part of our Age of Design campaign, we've been exploring how nature reveals these clear signs of purpose and planning. One powerful example is how living things harness energy, not just to survive, but to function with incredible efficiency. Some scientists claim that life began through natural processes like lightning or radiation or volcanic heat. But you know, raw energy like that is destructive unless it's carefully controlled. Joining me to explore this is Dr. Rob Stadler, a Harvard and MIT trained scientist with decades of experience developing life-saving medical technologies. Now, he's also the co-author of The Stairway to Life, a book that outlines the critical steps needed for life to begin, including the challenge of energy use. Rob, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you, David. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. Okay, so when we say energy use, it's like, well, we've got a sun that is basking us with heat and radiation right now, and that's a form of energy, right?
Plenty of energy in there.
Okay. All right. Well, break it down and talk about something foundational, because all life seems to either use energy or interact with it in some way.
Yeah, life requires energy, but raw forms of energy, like you mentioned, fire, volcanoes, lightning, radiation, these are all destructive.
Okay.
They're not constructive. So if you have a horse has a lot of energy, but to make it constructive, to get that horse to do something useful, you have to harness the horse, and then it will plow the field for you.
Yeah.
Your car, you use gasoline. Gasoline can be explosive and destructive, but your car harnesses the explosions with sophisticated machinery in order to do something constructive.
Okay. So can you provide examples of how this might work practically?
Yeah. So, well, let's consider you want to charge up your cell phone.
Yeah.
And all you have is a charcoal grill. The grill has tons of energy. But how are you going to charge up your phone? So we have this clip from Long Story Short, which is a video series somewhat based on this book, but I want to show you a clip.
Okay, let's take a look right now.
It's kind of like trying to charge your cell phone with a charcoal grill. There's lots of energy in the grill, but none of it is usable for your poor, dying phone. To harness the raw energy of the grill into something your phone can use, you would need a set of pretty complex machines. A boiler to heat water into steam, a turbine that the steam pressure can spin, an electric generator, then transformers, converters, regulators to get the energy in just the right form. And then you need the right kind of charger plug thing for your phone, and if you're lucky, the cable's long enough so that you can lay in bed while it charges, and that's some weird angle. But, like life, your cell phone isn't just picky, it's also fragile. Not only will the grill not charge your cell phone, but it'll also destroy it. If the little circuits and bits in your cell phone get too much energy, or even a little bit of the wrong kind of energy, it's done for.
That kind of brings it to something that we can all understand. And then when you think about it, that charcoal grill, it can grill our food, right? But again, when it comes to life harnessing energy, that requires a lot of control. How does that work?
Right. So when we burn food, we produce the same kind of output as raw fire.
Okay.
Basically, we turn food like this into carbon dioxide and water, mostly.
Okay.
But if you just simply burn the food, this food has tons of energy right here. There's enough energy in this can of Pringles to kill you.
Really?
Look at this. This is raw energy, and there's plenty of energy in here to kill you. It could raise your body temperature up to about 125 degrees if you burn this. And, of course, it's damaging. It's destructive energy.
Yeah.
So how does your body, when you eat these potato chips, do something constructive
instead of destructive?
That's the real question here.
I love the hands-on science experiment.
So what your body does, and this is not just you, this is every form of life, is a three-step process, which is quite sophisticated with complex machinery, like we just heard. First step, it takes the food, it doesn't have to be Pringles.
Okay.
Whatever food it is, it strips electrons off of the food, going through a 15-step reaction process to feed those electrons to something else. We feed it to oxygen.
Yes.
And that is used to pump protons across the membrane, which is generating a voltage.
Okay.
So your body, eating these potato chips, you're using it to generate a voltage.
Wow.
That voltage, that's step one.
Okay.
Step two is to use that voltage to rotate an electric machine at 7,800 RPM. It's an electric motor called ATP synthase. Wow. Rotating that speed to charge batteries. It charges up
Just like our cell phone battery.
ADP to an ATP. And step 3 is the ATP charged up batteries are then used to do all the things life needs, moving muscles, thinking, blinking, replicating, repairing, all those steps.
But where did that all come from? I mean, like, how did it get there in the first place, these mechanisms that all are required, step 1, step 2, and so forth?
And the incredible sophistication of it. And
Yeah.
what's interesting about it, I mentioned that ATP is the charged battery, ADP is the discharged, needing charged battery.
Yeah.
There is a paradox behind that, a fundamental paradox of how you get those batteries.
Okay.
So we also have a short
brought another
video
clip.
to show that.
I can't wait. Let's take a look right now.
Here's the paradox. The cell needs to make ADP, the empty batteries of life, before they can be charged up to ATP and put to use. But producing one new empty battery requires at least 7 already charged batteries. So you can't make ADP until you already have ATP around in the cell. And ATP is required to build ATP synthase. But ATP synthase is required to charge ADP into ATP. So life's energy harnessing process is one big paradox. You need it before you can have it, and you can't make it until you've already made it. Every part had to arrive, assemble, and start working all at once, leaving no time for it to gradually develop.
Okay. And that sounds good, but I'm gonna play a skeptic for a second, and I'm gonna say, yeah, but that's something that's complex. It's had time to evolve and all of this to happen. But surely there are other life forms that don't have these complex cascades built inside of them. What do you say?
Well, I would say we haven't found that kind of life form yet. All life is based on that 3-step process, which is quite sophisticated, with the exception of there are a few living things that are parasitic.
Okay.
They rely upon other life in order to stay alive.
Right.
And because they can rely on other life, they can simplify it a little bit.
Okay.
So needing other life to do some of the tasks.
But you still are relying on other life that use those same processes.
That's right. So how did it get started? Because
Okay.
it's all intertwined and chicken and egg the whole way down.
And what's your takeaway? How do you think it got started?
Well, science makes it very clear that natural processes on their own could not have gotten life started. And so you fill in the blanks. Right?
That's incredibly powerful because, again, it points to if nature can't explain it all, then you have to go outside of nature to answer the origin of life question. And all scientific discoveries seem to be leading us closer and closer to an understanding of this, which is very, very remarkable that the more we learn, the more not just complexity we see, but the more engineering and design we see baked into that complexity. The Stairway to Life, Dr. Rob Stadler, you co-authored this book, An Origin of Life Reality Check, and the scientific approach to evolution, what they didn't teach you in biology. Rob, thank you so much for joining us today to discuss these things.
Thank you, David. My pleasure.
I look forward to having you back in the near future. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, I do highly recommend those books, The Stairway to Life and The Scientific Approach to Evolution. Both walk through the scientific evidence step by step and show how these natural processes can't account for life as we know it. You can pick up both of these books on Amazon or Audible, or you can get them directly from the creationsuperstore.com, where you'll also find many other trusted creation-based resources.